is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a battle report for you today. We are doing Jack with his guard versus our Chaos Cult list. Now, we did just come back from ACO about a week ago. We did place 4th out of 250 people with Chaos Cult. It was an awesome time. People were just asking me how the hell did I do that. We did have a lot of battle reports prior to going to ACO. It was kind of like a last minute thing, like, hey, I'll just run Chaos Cult, one of the worst attachments we have in the Chaos Space Marines, and see what we do. And we actually did really well. I played this list testing out what kind of variants I wanted to do with it. One had Abaddon, one had Vashtor, one had just nobody. And I chose the one with nobody, like no special characters besides Bile and Cypher. And that one actually got me, 7-1 victory. I probably should have won the whole thing. I definitely messed up against the Blood Angel player, but that's a whole different video. If you guys want to go check that video that's on the report, it's about an hour long, going over what we liked about the list and didn't like about the list. And then this game was prior to ACO. This was prior to Pariah Nexus, and also prior to the changes to the rules for mainly guard. So the shooting out of line of sight, the coming back more than once for the stratagem. So this is going to be just a quick battle report to give you a rundown on what we did good with Chaos Cult, how the guard player played, and just the missions with the terrain setup going forward. So this terrain setup's still in the new Pariah Nexus, so the Games Workshop set up, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we'll go over kind of just ideas at the end of the video on what I see moving forward with the Pariah Nexus. So stay tuned for the whole video. If you guys hit the like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers. I'm going out to Lone Star Open in July. So we might actually be bringing the Chaos Cult list as well. So if you guys see me out there, say you're a dirtbag, I'll give you some dirtbag dice. And also we got Nova coming up. That's in August. And then we have LVO. That's in January. So if you guys are going to any of those, make sure you definitely come up and say hi to me. Me and Keel were excited about Lone Star Open. That's the first time we're heading out to Texas to play 40K. And also we have some new merch in the store. I didn't update this picture, but we have the Cypher, new Cypher model. It's not the same exact kit, but it's a likelihood. It basically looks exactly like it's Cypher. It's not the exact Cypher. It's a 3D print, but we have Cypher up for sale because Cypher is probably going to be used in every single chaos list now. We still have the Assassin, which is going to be used in every single list now, Codiez, and we're getting a Tech Marine, because I know Tech Marines are really hard to come by. So if you guys are interested in any of those models, stickers, widgets are legit. And any of the dice are 10% off right now. So we have about maybe 250 left as of making this video. So all this stuff up for sale on Discord. Make sure you head over to Discord if you guys aren't over there. They're freaking awesome. We have over 1,000 people over on Discord. And then, yeah, let's get into the video. All right, today we got the Horde army. We're testing out the Cultist build. We got a ton of characters today. We are proxying Vashtor. We're using the 80mm base from the Nurgle, whatever that thing is called. We have a Dark Apostle who has the Bring D3 Guys Back enhancement. We're testing out Fabia's Bile. We're testing out Cypher. And we're testing out 2 Dark Communes. So Dark Commune with a Cursed Cultist. One of them has the Scout Move 6. One of them has the +1 strength and +1 attack if they're below half strength. And then the green squad is the comeback D3 with the Dark Apostle. Then we have 2 20-man blobs of cultists. They're hopefully going to be the targets that I can sack wounds to. We have a Rhino. We have 3 units of 3 Nurglings. And then we have 4 Trader Guardsmen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 10-man cultist blobs. So 2,000 points. All right, what do we got today?
We have a Rogodorn, Tarox, 2 Chimers, a squadron of Bulgrins, a half-painted squad of Rough Riders, 2 Leman Rust Demolishers with multi-melters, las cannons, and obviously Demolisher Herring, 3 small squads of Military Tempest Scions, 2 units of Cadians, command squad with Leonidas attached to one of those squads, 2 units of Khazarkins, they will be in the Chimers, Inquisitorial Henchman squad with an Inquisitor, Callous Assassin, and a Cadian Castle that will attach to the other squad of Cadians.
All right, so those are the lists. Like I said, I'm testing out in this video the batch store to kind of see if having one big model to threaten, maybe some vehicles would be good. We found out that we don't really need it. We could just kind of run mass bodies and overwhelm the terrain. This setup, Rexstar Lasers is the people that make these clear plexiglass. If you guys are interested in that, it's perfect for the Games Workshop layouts. They have everything exactly laser cut to the dimensions. And these new things, these are the old ones. They actually made new ones where there's going to be a link in the video below. But the new ones have all Games Workshop exactly terrain layout the way they're supposed to be on every terrain piece, and it gives you a little map of exactly how to set it up as well. So if you use the code Dirtbags, you guys get to order these and have free shipping to you guys. But these I bring everywhere because they are super clutch and super great for practicing tournaments and GTs. So if you're interested in that, I would definitely suggest having at least the plexiglass bases. Those are well worth it to bring everywhere you go. So in this mission, we're playing Sites of Power. It's one of the missions that we were practicing at ACO. This is the one I played Matt Laura at. If you have characters on the center objectives, you get an extra 3 points, and then you get 3 points for every other objective. So you can actually max out a lot of points if you have characters on the center objective. So this one went away in Pariah Nexus, but they still have the same setup with the 3 in the center. And then Alpha and Mega are still there as well. We just played that the other night, but Alpha and Mega is kind of the same setup. One of them goes away on turn 4, one of them goes away on turn 5, and then you're both fighting over the last objective on the table for 15 points, which is kind of brutal. It's a very low scoring game. So this is our setup. We're playing long, short table edges. Now look at this picture, and then I'm going to go over to the picture of what the deployment looks like. So ready, this. So just a shit ton of tanks on the guard side, but you notice just how many people we have on the left side. So with the scout move 6, they did kind of give us the fact that it does work for the entire unit. They fact it at ACO, so I was able to do it ACO because it just made sense that it was supposed to be the whole unit, not just one model. Bio and the 10 man in the Rhino, which was a great suggestion from Doug. It helped out a lot. Having a Rhino in this list just to do actions and just be a nuisance for the opponent is clutch. We have units of Nurglings blocking off any scout moves and doing actions. Nurglings can't do actions anymore, so I whittled it down to just 1 3-man to block out for the scouts. And then this one doesn't have Seekers in it, but Seekers are used with the Nurglings. So Nurglings infiltrate, and then the Seekers can scout up behind them, or your unit of Accursed Cultists can scout up 6 inches into a defensive position. And in this case, it's literally right behind this little triangle that he can't get line of sight to. So I love this terrain setup. This is actually going to be used this Saturday RTT, so get ready. And then everything else kind of moves forward. So all the guys in yellow and silver, I believe. It's the yellow and green, yellow and purple. So these guys are the traded guardsmen, and everything else is just the regular cultists. So we have a unit that can come back, set up on this side to try and bully this point. We have Vastor, which is kind of like right here, ready to jump out if needed. He moves 12, which is really quick. And then we have the other unit off the table. So having one Accursed Cultist off the table is just super clutch. Rapid ingressing them so that way they can advance and charge. And if you rapid ingress them and give them a line of sight to shoot them, if they shoot you, you then move forward. So you don't want to give a ton of easy shots. Like let's say they have a Forge Fiend looking at you, they could probably kill most of them in a Accursed Cultist shooting. You don't want that. You want just like maybe some pot shots here and there to target them when you come in from rapid ingress, because if they do target them, which they probably won't, you'll be able to move up and get closer to advance and charge on your turn. So that's what we did every single game at ACO, besides the one that we lost. The one that we lost, we didn't rapid ingress, which again I should have won that game, but we learned our lesson. So he's got most of his tanks set up over here. For Jack, he went first. So on turn 1, going against this army, it was really hard for him to go first because he didn't really know what to do. He gets Aerial Denial and Extend Battle Line. So Extend really good for turn 1, and then Aerial Denial he has to get in the center, which I believe he ditched. So with Aerial Denial, he doesn't want to give up somebody too easily for me to use as a launching point to get across the table into his tanks. So if I can tie up his tanks with all of Accursed Cultists just most of the game, that's going to be the goal. Accursed Cultists with the new Blood Boon or the Howling Horde is is brutal into shooting armies like Tau, Imperial Guard, Bouten, any of those armies that just have a ton of shots. We get closer every time you kill one, so it's very scary, very fast list. We did fixed, so we did cleanse and deploy teleport homers. Now it's not as good going into Pariah Nexus. I think I'm gonna have to switch it to a tactical type army instead of fixed type army, because cleanse is still 4, but deploy teleport homers you only get 2 for being in the center instead of 4. So I have to be a lot more aggressive getting into the opponent's deployment zone, which I don't think I can because Nurglings can't do actions anymore. So I'd have to bring other cheap units, which the other cheapest deep striking unit is a beast, and you have to bring Nurglings anyway. It's not good. I don't think I would do fixed going into Pariah unless it's like Grey Knights. So our turn 1, we just advance forward. So he moves up all of his tanks over here. He's got his ponies getting on this objective over here for extend. And he kind of lets this objective up top go, and he ignores the center. So for us, we did our advance and charge for the yellow squad. So the yellow squad advances up. Everybody in our army gets +2 movement, +2 charges, +2 advances. So when we do the Desperate Pact, we're basically advancing move 8 and then d6 for the advance, and then when you charge you get +2 to the charge as well. So we're basically getting across the table turn 1 with this list every single time. The yellow squad, they're spreading out, getting the character specifically on that objective for Sites of Power, and then we're lining up to kind of go after Dorn. And I'm testing out, again, this is a test game, testing to see what we can do against like toughness 11 and 12 vehicles to see if we can actually bring them down in 1 turn. Full real estate wound if you pass the Desperate Pact, which we're all leadership 6 and leadership 5 for the green squad because they have the Dark Apostle. So we get across the table. Bile moves up and does deploy teleport homers. The blue squad spreads out and does cleanse. The 20-man kind of follows up this yellow squad in case I get some pot shots. I can transfer it onto the 20-man squad, and then all these other guys advance up to get ready to cleanse next turn once these guys get into combat. I did roll pretty high for Vastor, so Vastor went from this side of the table to that side of the table, and everybody else basically spread out. You can block out most of the table with this list pretty easily as well. So the green guys advance up to get onto the objective. And I want to get that charge off to try and kill and block off and then potentially control this objective down here. So we all scooch up 8. We don't advance because we want to save that CP. So we just scooch up 8. We have about a 6 or 7 inch charge over here, but with the +2, we only have a 5 inch charge. So huge difference with that +2. And this is what we end up doing. We end up basically controlling this objective, just putting a bunch of bodies on it and killing the ponies, which he then spends 2 CP to put them back in reserves. Up here, we did charge the big tank. We took him down to 4 wounds. So out of all those attacks, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big guys going into that, maybe 6, but 5 big guys going into the Dorn. +1 to hit, +1 to wound once per game. And the other one just creating a line to block off. Now what I did here was I kept a character on the objective behind cover to try and stop, any precision, anything like that. We spread out triangle, 1 guy here, and then a whole line right here. Just trying to keep everybody in coherency. And then again, same thing down there. So we did pretty good 4 and 4 turn 1. And then for his turn 2, he gets cleanse and overwhelming force. He gets 3 for primary because he's controlling the backfield back here, but for cleanse and overwhelming force, he's got to kill units on objectives. So the only options he has is really a Nurgle unit, our big ass yellow unit right here, and the green unit. Everybody else is kind of like behind cover and really hard to kill. So he doesn't do very well on the cleanse because he can't really get to the center. And then obviously overwhelming force, he decides not to shoot the Nurglings. He wants to try and put everything into the yellow squad to try and kill them, and fails. So for our turn, we again get cleanse and deploy teleport homers. Up at the top, we control the top with a character. At the bottom, we control the bottom with a character, and we control this back corner here. So it's 6, 6, 3. So that's 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got 15 on primary on turn 2. And on his turn 2, you can see these red guys, we rapid ingress over here. So since this objective is only 2 inches away from the board edge, you could basically walk in 6 inches and be almost completely covered from anything shooting down here. Now he's got a tank back here, which could potentially get line of sight onto these guys. But again, he doesn't want to shoot them because I just moved forward. So that's going to give me even more of a launching point to go forward over there. So it's kind of like a test. Is he going to shoot me or is he not? And if he doesn't, it's fine. I can still advance and charge next turn. But if he does, that's going to make my charge even easier to come by going that way. So that was what we did with the rapid ingress. And then Vastor is just waiting back here to pounce to do something if he comes forward. And then we get cleanse again and deploy teleport homers in his backfield. So the deploy teleport homers, I believe, happened with the green unit over here. Because when he charged me with the ponies, he actually made the charge. So I think I moved up 6 inches when he shot me, and then he made the charge. We killed the ponies, and then we piled in. Now, since this guy has a pistol, we're able to do the cleanse in his deployment zone. So we basically just taking up room over here and doing the cleanse in his deployment zone for 4 victory points. The red squad obviously advanced in charge. Cypher came in from reserves over here. Again, walked on the table edge within 6 inches to get on the deployment zone, which is a character which got me another Sights of Power. Up here, Vastor ran up to set up for next turn. This was a mistake on my part. We should have just kept him back there, and if he came anywhere near me, I could have then hopped out. But Vastor hopped up there. I didn't have anybody within 3 inches of him, so I couldn't sack any wounds to him, which another mistake. If you're bringing anybody big like a Demon Prince, Abaddon, Lord of Skulls, Vastor, always make sure you have a 20-man unit or another 10-man unit around them to soak up at least 10 mortal wounds from the unit that's shooting at him from the 1 CP strat. So that was my mistake. I didn't have anybody around him, and he's a big model, so he can't really be hidden. Rhino moved up over here. Bile got out of the Rhino at +2 movement because of the unit that he's with. He brought in his Ogren over here to just... These guys survived till turn 5. These guys are brutally hard to kill. The yellow squad moved up and basically started going after the character on his backfield objective to stop his primary. But you can just see the board state. Like, we have most of this blocked out back here. We have the center blocked out. We have the corner blocked out. We have this objective blocked out. That objective blocked out. This back corner blocked out. And then back here. All you could really do coming in from reserves is back in this little corner. And honestly, if these Ogren weren't here, we probably could have moved up, charged, and blocked out the entire 100% of the board state. And that was the whole goal of going with this list into LVO, is just mass bodies everywhere, beat them on primary, throw bodies at them. The accursed cultists are just super hard to kill, and they're just taking over most of their side of the table, while our cultists scooch up behind the scenes, taking over objectives and doing actions. So we get another 15 on turn 3 with cleanse on 4 and deploy teleport homers for 3, because we had to deploy in the center because I wanted these 2 guys to actually do something. So going into turn 4, that used to be Vastor. So Vastor was right here. He basically walked up his battle tank, got line of sight to Vastor, and just one-shotted Vastor. I was like, well, there goes the point of me trying Vastor in this list. We took him out immediately after playing this game. Hazardous didn't play a factor at all when it came to shooting. And he just got one-shotted by a battle cannon. No other shots, just the battle cannon. The battle cannon on the dude just killed him one-shotted. So I think I failed like 3 out of 5 4-up saves, and he just died. So Vastor died. He then starts moving up his tanks to try and get somewhere in the center board. He gets overwhelming force, which he kept, got 5 points, and then engaged on all fronts. He ditched because he can't really get anywhere in my backfield. On our turn 4, again, we get 15 because we still have a character over there. We have a character down here with Cypher, and then we control 1, 2, just basically all the objectives over here. We don't get anything for controlling his objective, which doesn't matter. I'm just trying to kind of be in combo with him and just endless fighting over here. And then we still have our green squad coming back, D3 models every turn. The red squad just brutally hits hard because strength 6. So they just hit really hard. Full reels didn't wound just kills a lot of stuff. Up here, these 2 Ogrins are still fighting with Bile, 3 damage, but they have a 4 up build which is brutal. And then on Jack's turn 4 and 5, he gets 0 for primary. He's not able to control his backfield objective anymore. And then for all the secondaries, he's got secure no man's land, which he can't do. No prisoners. He's able to kill probably one of the Nurglings or a unit of cultists off the table. And then on turn 5, capture enemy outpost and behind enemy lines. So this is basically the end of turn 4. we brought on these guys on turn 3 of the 20-man. All the cultists are starting to move up and kind of spread out. We have the red squad all the way in the back corner, green squad all on an objective, almost fully back. We brought back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big guys. So bringing back D3 big guys a turn is really, really, really scary, as long as you're cautious with the character. He's got the assassin just chilling in the center, which now is really good. The assassin should be used in every single list, by the way. We sell the assassin on Discord. I think he's got a whole bunch of like dudes coming in the back there because they can't get out of the deployment zone. He did bring in a unit of Kazakins in my backfield, so once they die, they can come back in reserves. So they're basically walking in my table edge, so that way you can get captured enemy outpost and behind enemy lines. The assassin got picked up, brought back down to my backfield, and also the Kazakins basically came on my backfield objective finally on turn 5 to get captured enemy outpost for 8 points. Then again, for our turn 4 and 5, we maxed out primary. We had 15, 15, 15, 12, and then cleanse. We did every single turn up to 20, and then deploy teleport homers. We got 18 out of 20. So this is the final board state. Right here, he still has a bunch of tanks, which again we didn't really care about. We were just ignoring the ones that we didn't have to kill. We got to across the table with our guys. We swarmed them. We consolidated, and then we just kind of sit on the objectives for the rest of the game. As long as you can stop his primary for 1 or 2 turns and just focus on your secondaries, you're going to overwhelm your opponent as soon as possible. I think we practiced clock here and we didn't clock. So that was another thing you really have to practice with this list, is you have to make sure that you're not clocking yourself every single time. So when you practice the clock, deploy, and then practice like an hour and 10 minutes on both sides. So that way you're practicing getting the movement down, getting the stratagems, only doing what you have to do. Don't shoot everybody when you don't have to. Shoot the heavy weapons if you have them in your traded guardsmen. All the regular guardsmen you don't have to shoot, or the cultists you don't have to shoot. And Cypher is going to be really, really good in this new meta coming up because of Vect. So anybody that has a 2-up save with Armor or Contempt really kind of tanks this list a lot, because I'm only AP1. But with Cypher around, Cypher can advance up, get within 12 inches of the unit you're trying to target or attack, and then now they can't Armor Contempt. If they do, it's 2 CP. So if they don't Armor Contempt, now their Terminators are saving on 3s rather than 2s, and you're going to kill a lot more Terminators with 2 damage with 3s with the amount of attacks than 2s. So that's a huge advantage having Cypher in the list there. So this is the final score. Let's get this over for everybody. We had 98 for Chaos Space Marines and then 41 for our boy Jack. Jack learned a lot. This is his first time playing Guard with the new rules, new edition, all that stuff. And Guard really got nerfed with the bringing guys back. He kept bringing the ponies back every single turn. Now you can only bring him back once, so that was a huge nerf, as well as out of line of sight. He didn't have a lot of out of line of sight shooting with this list, and we didn't see it a lot in LVO. Or ACO, Atlantic City Open. We didn't see a lot there. We saw 3 Playburst Crawlers, which didn't do anything to my list, honestly. I thought it would have a lot more impact, but he couldn't kill everything, even with the 3 Playburst Crawlers. So out of line of sight shooting is even less scary with my list now than it was to the new 10.5 edition. So huge change for our list and huge change for everybody else. So everybody else going down and going up in points, ours went up only 20 points. So after the changes with our ACO list, our list only went up 20 points. So what I did was we took out the Nurglings, kept 1 unit of Nurglings. We took out the 20 mans, added 10 mans, and then we did more traded guardsmen. So we have 6 units of traded guardsmen, 5 units of cultists, demonettes, 1 Nurgle, seekers because they're amazing, bile, Cypher, Dark Apostle, 2 Dark Communes, and then triple Curse Cultists, and a Rhino. And that list is really, really good. Most people don't want to paint 120 Cultists or 200 models in the list. I already had most of it painted, so I was the crazy one to actually do this at Atlantic City Open. So sorry about the later battle report, guys, but hopefully you guys enjoyed what we talked about so far. There's a lot of stuff coming up on the channel with the new partnerships, with the new terrain coming up from Rexar Lasers. Again, if you're interested in that, definitely check out the link. Use code Dirtbags or Dirtbag, so that way you get free shipping. the husband and wife are super awesome people. They help out a lot in their community. They're out in Texas, so they're going to be out in the LSO if you're going out there. So I'm definitely going to go up and say hi. But we also have RTT this weekend, which if you guys are in Discord, I'm posting my results over there, but we're running Night Lords with triple Curse Cultists. We're going to see if it works. The next video coming up after this one is going to be Death Guard versus a Curse Cultist. So this is going to be a similar list, but more like the one that we're bringing to ACO versus Death Guard, Nolan, who he really wanted to test out Death Guard. I really wanted to test into Death Guard, going into a major GT with 250 people. So that's going to be the next battle report coming up. All these battle reports coming up on Patreon first. So if you guys are Patreons, you get first access to most of these videos, and also special videos that you can't see on YouTube. And if you guys want that coaching in your corner, we have competitive dirtbags, which you guys get to ask us any questions, list ideas, tactics, all that stuff over on patreon.com. And if you guys are grandmasters, you get a call with us once a month to go over any RTTs or GTs that you have coming up. That way we can really hone in on a list that you really want to take to it, and kind of go over ideas and tactics before you go to the RTT or GT. So those are the grandmaster benefits. And if there's any specific list you want to see me play live on our Monday night games, those are what grandmasters can suggest as well over on the Patreon page. So if you guys always wanted that coach in your corner, competitive dirtbags is the way to go. So guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video. Hit a like, comment, do all the fun stuff, and we'll see you in that next video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but this only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month here. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40k, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40k 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000-point list, 1,500-point list, 2,000-point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit of red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. Because I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40k, head over to Patreon, join the Competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the Competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us, and we'll see you in another video soon.